Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. And we're going to get right down to business here. Let's start this reading off right with an oracle card, just to breeze in nice and smooth. See what's going on for my Taurus friends out there. I hope you're all doing well. So let's shuffle it up one time, my guides and spirit team. Talk to me. What do we got for the Taurus collective? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what type of shadow work you might want to lean into or what shadows might pop up in this time. It's always very interesting. But let's get this first card going. As always, there's a lot to consider and think about. Only take what hits for you. So a lot of Tauruses out there. Let's get this first card out. Wow, that card did like a 360 flip, and this could be a super active imagination. I like this card. It can be a future focus. It's very Four of Cups like. Now, before we start breaking down the symbolism of this card, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you're active on Twitter, my handle's at kyleofcups. Please feel free to shoot me a tweet sometime. But into the reading we go. If you look in this card, you see two figures. One is laying down, curled up in a fetal position. One is up on a tightrope. I believe these individuals are one in the same. So this could speak about daydreaming, dream states, somebody thinking about doing something. That's why I mentioned a future focus. Your imagination could be firing on all cylinders. You could have a very active mind in this time, which is something I've been seeing for Taurus recently. So try your best not to get stuck in your head, stuck in your mind too much, or overthink things. But to me, there's nothing wrong about planning for the future as long as you're not stressing about it. Just know that in this time, your mind could be extra fruitful. So if you have a good channel for that, a good release for that, could be very abundant for you, very creative. So let's keep it moving. We're going to get into tarot now. We'll put our little ballerina tightrope walkers over there. And let's get these tarot cards out. We're going to get you 3 in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. So let's see what's going on here, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for Taurus? Mid-March. Now, last week's reading was titled An Emotional Warning. The week before that was Big Win Incoming, and wins come in all different shapes and sizes. But yeah, that last week's reading, we'll talk more on that one since that was most recent. It was speaking about possible emotional roller coasters or someone in your life that might be a little volatile emotionally. So hopefully you haven't been dealing with rough things. As you know, energies are always shifting, changing, moving. So we'll see what we have for you this week. We're just going to roll with the punches, my friends. What do we got for Taurus? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is... All right. Interesting how these cards are showing up. We have the Four of Swords. So sleep-based, dreamy, very similar to like what I was saying here with the active mind. In the center, though, we got the Nine of Swords. That's not the best thing I like to see. We're not going to speak on it too much, though. I was referring to stress a little bit. Okay, we have the Magician here. So I do feel like there is a little bit of a warning in the main part of this spread already, and I'll speak on it real quick before we get into the classical meanings and get the juicy intuitive stuff. But by the way this is looking... Spirit could just be starting this reading off by saying, like, listen, you really need to watch what you're focusing on in this time. Make sure you're not dwelling on things. Don't stress things into the ground, because with the Magician on the back end, we create things, we manifest things. We could make something come out of thin air, okay? Not saying that things are just going to pop into your life, but if you're always focused on the negative, that's what'll come into life. If you focus more on the positive, more positivity can come in. I truly believe that. Now, we all deal with positive and negative on a daily basis, but it's about what you feed, what you focus on. But let's go through these real quick. Enough of that. I rarely do that. In position number 1, we have the Four of Swords, a card of rest. So notice that the first 2 cards could talk about sleep states. Maybe you're having a little bit of insomnia. It's all good. The Four of Swords to me is needing a break, needing some relaxation. Hopefully you're not feeling zapped energetically in this time, but make sure you're getting proper time to recuperate, heal your mind, body, and soul. Or this could be you wanting to pump the brakes on something. Now, moving to the center, we got the Nine of Swords. Like I said, this could be you or somebody else in your life stressing quite a bit. Another card of sleep. This could be a card of nightmares. This can also be a card of paranormal activity. So with the Magician, the Four of Swords, you might be experiencing paranormal situations when this shows up. Maybe seeing some shadows, maybe getting like flashes, psychic flashes and stuff like that. But nervousness, anxiety is like the biggest theme with this card. So I really want to clarify it and get down to the nitty gritty and see what it could be about. But yeah, hopefully that's not you. Hopefully, if that is something you've been plagued with, it's resolving. Moving to the very back end, we have the Magician. And like I said, this is a card of creation. This is a card of manifestation. So watch what you focus on. Watch what you're trying to bring into your life. Could be good, could be rough. We'll see. I mean, we still have a ton to pull here. This is a powerful, very powerful card. This could be an interest in spirituality. Notice that the whole theme of this main part of the spread has spiritual undertones to it. This could speak about ritual as well, various different kinds. But let's dive deeper on all this, Taurus. We're going to jump in and clarify. So let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for my beautiful Taurus friends, please, my guides? Talk to me. What do we got? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. So let's go in on this Four of Swords. Lots of air, lots of active mind, and we're going back to that, the super active mind. Also, if you read tarot yourself, that's why this box is here. You could just play along. If you're feeling any messages, you just drop it down below for your collective. I don't mind. I feel like we all learn from each other. Let's see what's up with that Four of Swords. Let's see what's up with that Four of Swords. Quick. Yeah. Pace yourself for sure. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This bodes very, very well. And I feel like the first thing that popped into my mind was pace yourself. Interesting, too, if you look down in this box, the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician, they kind of look very similar, don't they? Okay, so you're going to want to watch your dream states, and this time you might be having very important dreams. This could speak about the cycles of life. A lot of you could be getting through a very tiresome cycle that you've just been through, or a cycle that's taken a lot out of you when I see the Wheel of Fortune under this Four of Swords. However, whenever I see the Wheel of Fortune as a clarifier or as a main card, this is like a four-leaf clover to me. Like your lucky day might be coming up. So if you do heal that mind, body, soul, if you do rest, recuperate, this Wheel of Fortune can strike for you. This is about change, but I do feel like pace yourself is a big message here as well. Like slow and steady wins the race. We're going to keep it moving. And of course, all the other things I was saying, that still applies. But interesting stuff here. I like that we have an extremely positive card clarifying it. We're going to go in on this Nine of Swords, though. And yes, this could be other people in your life as well. That's always important to remember when you watch tarot. So why is this Nine of Swords here? Thank you. Yeah, very cyclical. We're catching it on the bottom. We have the World in the upright. Okay, yeah, there might be someone that is extremely affected by the state of the world today. Now, the world to me, like I said, is cycle-based. It's a cycle that's ending. This could be somebody stressing about something that has ended or something that is going to end. Remember, there is a future focus here as well. And with the wheel and the world coming up together, karmic cycle shifts, big changes, big transformations is showing up. But straight up the center, this is somebody who is either fearing the future or is like grieving or nervous about something ending, okay? There is nervousness here. And when I see the world, this is a jam-packed card symbolically. But I do feel like on its face, it could also represent the world today, the world that we exist in, the material plane. So you might be stressed out about the state of the world, what's going on in the world today. Okay, and I wouldn't blame you, to be quite honest. Or this could be someone in your sphere that is extremely affected by it, like more than most. So beware of this. This could be someone that is very high-strung, very nervous, or someone who is just fearing an ending. Okay, that's just what I feel. Now, the warning I gave in the very beginning, like, hopefully this isn't somebody unconsciously manifesting an ending of some kind. Let's see what's up with the Magician. Then we'll do a quick little recap. Because, Taurus, this is a unique and powerful one. And I feel like it's fine-tuned. This isn't going to hit for every single Taurus, and that's okay. Please watch your moon and rising sign, all your other alignments if this isn't working for you. But I feel like some people need to hear this, for sure. So why is the Magician here? Thank you. Yeah, just like I've been saying since the beginning, we have the Tower here coming up under the Magician. Now, what do we think of with the Tower? We think of shock, we think of awe, we think of unexpected things that happen suddenly. I mean, you could push something off I mean, as much as you can, as much as you want. If something's meant to end, it's going to end. There's nothing we could do about it. That's something that took me personally, in my personal life, something I had to work on for a very long time, because just like everyone else, I'm prone to stress about things. But if a tower is going to strike, it's going to strike, and there's nothing no one could do about it. Like, this is something with the wheel, the world, the tower, all along the bottom. There are certain things in life that are completely out of our hands. But with the magician, the manifesting, the creating, and the tower, this is somebody that is dangerously close to manifesting an ending of some kind. Not saying if it's good or bad. Sometimes bad things end, sometimes good things end, but somebody is dangerously close to bringing that tower into their life, that big shakeup, whether good or bad. So like I said, the shock, the awe. I mean, there's warnings stacked up in here. This is an extremely powerful spread this week, Taurus, and I don't usually get this serious, but let's go through and do a quick little recap. And then we'll get into the shadow card, because I'm getting more serious as this spread goes along. In position number 1, we have the Four of Swords with the wheel. That was giving me a more optimistic feel about pacing yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. Getting yourself through the various cycles of life. Make sure you take time to recuperate, heal, mind, body, and soul could be super important. Good luck charm, though, with the wheel. Cycle-based, karmic-based, transformation-based. Right next to it, we have the Nine of Swords with the world. Now, these could be two people dealing with the same thing in completely different ways, for sure. But the Nine of Swords in the world, somebody either stressing about an end or nervous that something's going to end. And it could be somebody stressing about the state of the world today. There might be somebody that is very affected about the world today, or things that are going on within it. Super nervous and anxious. At the very end, we have the Magician with the Tower in the upright. Whoever this person is that's stressing is dangerously close to attracting some towers into their life, some shock, some awe. And they shouldn't be too shocked if a tower comes in, if it's something that somebody is focusing on relentlessly. And like I said, this isn't going to hit for every single Taurus. But if it is hitting for you, I would heed these warnings for sure. But please take a screenshot so you can look into them further and see what you feel. We're going to get into the shadow card here, my friends. Very powerful. That's like I know I've been saying that over and over again, but I rarely get like the wheel, the world, and the tower. Like, these are karmic for sure. But we're going to get this shadow card out here. Let's see what we got for you, my friends. And yes, even if we get a positive card with the Shadowland Tarot deck, we're going to look at the rougher side of it, because that's what we want to do with shadow work. Okay, so let's see what we got here for the Taurus Collective. That reading just evolved. Like, I feel a little shell-shocked after reading that, to be honest with you, my friends. Okay, we have the Chariot showing up in the shadows. Now, for some of you, this could have been rough dealings you've had with a Cancerian, somebody who's a Cancer. The Chariot does speak about movement. The reverse of this, it could be two things. If it's not a person in your life that is of the zodiac sign Cancer, it's somebody that is rushing things, going way too fast. Or this could also be somebody that's a little too stagnant, a little too immovable, okay? And someone who might lack some determination. Now, I'm not saying this is you. This might be someone in your sphere, okay? But in this time, you might have a crazy balance when it comes to how you're feeling. Some days you might have a lot of get up and go. Some days this Chariot might be in reverse, which is normal, but this is feeling a little more extreme. So I'm going to say once again, just like last week's reading, watch out for extremes of any kind, energetic or emotional, when this shows up in the shadows. And Taurus, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the February subscriber surprise, the winners will be posted in the community tab March 1st. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Gilded Tarot Royale. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments what zodiac sign vibes best with you. It has to be a different one than your own, though. So drop that in the comments. You'll be entered to win. And that's it. At the end of March, going into April, I'll announce the winners. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.